KPCA LP, Petaluma, California.
Is it Halloween? Almost. That means it's time for the big grand finale Halloween special of Let's Make a List with me, your host, Ghost, Phil Lehman Brown. You're listening to KPCA LP, Petaluma, California, 103.3 FM and online at kpca.fm. You're going, this show usually starts at 2, but not today. Extra scary, starting at 1 o'clock. 2 hours of the scariest thing you will ever experience in your life. Have you ever seen a ghost? Maybe not, but today you will have heard a ghost. The time is out on that. Okay. Welcome to Let's Make a List, guys. This is a very, very, very special episode for a number of reasons. It's going to be emotionally heartbreaking and heart-wrenching and devastating because it's the final episode ever of Let's Make a List.
By choice.
Yes. Yes, I've got other stuff going on, and I don't have time and stuff to do this show necessarily. I don't want to half butt it. You know what I mean?
Has your enthusiasm for the show died?
Oh no.
Okay, so never mind.
If anything, I'm going out on top. If anything, though.
Can I use that song from my ringtone now? Because I'm going to miss it.
Just
the opening music.
Wasn't a song.
No,
that was just
your.
That song. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. But
Can
you're
I
gonna
have the environmental grasshopper sounds?
Yeah.
Because I'm just gonna miss that.
Whoops! I just changed the order of something.
No.
They're labeled as crickets, but that's fine. By Lisa Redford. Good job.
All right, Lisa.
So that was pretty scary. The rest of the show is gonna be scary. We're with you for 2 hours till 3 o'clock, talking. We're going to play some scary music and scary stuff. It's all Halloween themed because, believe it or not, Halloween is less than a week away. It's on a Wednesday. Most people will probably celebrate tonight or tomorrow. And you can celebrate that if you want, but then you got to celebrate Wednesday also. But they probably won't. People are trick-or-treating on the weekends, and then some will, and then some will like, it's not Halloween, I'm not going to trick-or-treat. If I trick-or-treat, it'll be on Wednesday, and then on Wednesday comes, and I'll go well, nobody else is trick-or-treating, I'm not going to go out. And so, make sure to keep California alive in your dreams. Halloween time.
Did you just go into fugue state?
Yeah. So,
how can you not get the intros to the show memorized, but you can just go off on that for like 20 minutes?
Why was that labeled monster? I mean, what was that? We might have some surprises and some guests and some more surprises. But speaking of surprises, we've got 3 guests in the house. I almost said 4. Good thing that I counted it one way. And we've got. Let me go from my 2 o'clock to my 11 o'clock. We've got Ariel.
Backwards in time.
Yep.
Hello.
Ariel's here.
In time.
You know Ariel from this show and other shows and other stuff. Chris?
I like that introduction.
Is that where, if they want to hear more from you, they'll should go there.
Yeah.
Chris is here too.
Hi.
You know Chris from this show and other shows and other stuff. Mom.
Mommy.
Hey. Also known as Kathleen or Kay or KJ or
Cracker Jack.
Yeah, Cracker Jack.
Mostly Cracker Jack.
Yeah. But it's okay. Never mind. They're okay. Mom.
What?
Thanks for being on the show. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Ariel.
Thanks for having a show.
Sometimes I don't know what jokes are appropriate, so I stop myself. Because this is going out to 1.7 billion listeners. It's actually going out to everyone in the world, but going to 1.7 active billion listeners.
Grammar schmammer.
So today is again, it's going to be really scary. Like this might even happen.
Sure, fart.
Wait a minute. You guys think this is funny? That was the worst intro, and I'm so unhappy with that sound too.
Oh my god.
But anyway, we're gonna be talking about Halloween and the movies, Halloween movies, guys.
Yes.
Oh, I got scared. I thought you guys were gone. Oh, just, it's pitch black in here. All the lights are off. Nobody is at the station. I don't think I've seen a person outside yet today. I've seen zombies and mumsies.
Before we talk about Halloween,
wait. We're going to be talking about the Halloween movies, too, and ranking them. What were you going to say? Is it Halloween related?
No, it's culture related. That's why it's not Halloween
you have to put a Halloween twist on it.
Okay.
Everything has to be Halloween related.
Okay, last night I went to see San Marin High School's production of Urinetown.
Ooh. How does it make it scary?
The seats aren't comfortable.
Thank you. There we go.
Anyway, excellent show. I really was glad I went. They did a great production, and it's only this weekend. San Marin, Nevada.
Right.
So tonight, tomorrow night, and Sunday matinee.
So not only is it not Paloma, it's a whole other county.
I know, it's so good though. So anyway.
Thanks. I'm happy to hear it's good. It's kind of inappropriate for high schoolers to do, though.
Nope.
I didn't pee till college.
Yeah.
I didn't talk about it until marriage.
Lucky me.
Yeah. So speaking of Halloween, we're going to go through all of us except for Ariel.
Okay.
Which is fine. No, we're all going to go through. Ariel's involved with going through.
I have a list of 1.
Nice. So we're going to go through all of the Halloween movies, including the remakes and the sequels. And we're going to go through all the Halloween movies except for the sequels. No, we're going to go through all of them, and we're going to rank them, and we're going to talk about them. And we've watched them all, except for Ariel, who has seen 2 of them, I think. Does that sound right? Maybe 3? No, 3, I think.
Okay.
Yep. I think you've seen the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I think you've seen the Rob Zombie remake, and I think you've seen H2O.
I think you're right.
Yep.
But my list will only consist of 1.
Okay.
Yeah, I've watched them all in the last 2 weeks.
Nice.
I have a prepared statement to go with that. And
Okay.
I'm saying that so that no one interrupts because just let me get it out. It's
Yeah.
really short.
I just love the formality.
So you know how when parents catch their kids smoking, so they make them smoke a whole pack?
Yeah.
At about movie 7, I felt like someone caught me smoking a Halloween movie. So
I had that same feeling hearing it from behind closed doors and stuff. Like, oh man.
Oh, we have a phone call. No, it's crazy. The usual callers are in the studio, so unless someone's calling from their pocket. Hello, thanks for calling in to Phil and Errol's mixtape. So please watch your language. How's it going today?
Oh, it's going fine. How are you guys doing on the show?
Oh, hey, this is the stranger Stuart.
But I heard that you guys were talking. It's a special Halloween episode, right?
Right.
So who's the bad guy in that movie?
We haven't gotten to that yet.
But doesn't he have a nickname?
Yeah, Austin Powers.
Waldo.
No, a different nickname.
Stuart.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think I got that right.
No. I think I'm right about this.
Is it Smiley or Smalley?
Smiley.
Stuart Smiley?
Stuart Smiley. I think it's Stuart Smiley. Caller.
It's not Guy Smiley. Wait, what? No, don't they? Isn't he called The Shape?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that.
So, you haven't heard that?
No.
Phil's wrong.
Show about Halloween.
No, wait. Why do people call it The Shape? Who calls it that?
I don't know, but don't they call him? They call him that, don't they?
Is it just you and Chris talk about that?
Is somebody looking at Wikipedia right now?
No, I swear
In
I'm
the
not.
credits of at least 4 of the movies, they call him The Shape, and in the movies they do sometimes.
And by the way, Stuart, do you call him from Samantha's phone?
No.
What?
Why does it say Samantha?
I think it said. I think it said Moss Baldwin on the on the caller ID.
It says girl caller.
That's very spooky.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that I could give you guys actual information about the movie that you guys are all talking about.
Thank you.
But you know what?
I think
Are
you're
you
getting another
passing
call, Stu.
Are you being?
What's happening?
Are you being
I
cut?
think you're getting another call.
Oh, I was thinking he's being chopped up by a chainsaw.
No, I'm not. I'm not getting another call. This is horrible. This is going so poorly. But
Well, it started
you know
out
why?
really strong.
Do you know why they call him The Shape, though?
Why?
Because it's part of a conspiracy theory about the shape of the Earth.
I didn't know that.
You mean because
So I made a list of the three most they call them proofs is what they always call them when they're talking about this on YouTube videos. The three proofs that the Earth is flat and why the Halloween movies prove it.
can you tell us those?
Yeah, I might make them up right now. So you remember this? So one is a lot of people have seen these Halloween movies, right?
Yeah, lots of.
Would you
there's
say
like-
probably millions of people have seen the Halloween movies?
1.7 billion probably.
And that there are also a lot of people who believe the Earth is flat. So how could the Earth be flat? How could it not be flat if so many people believe that it is?
How?
Right? No, that's one. That's proof number one. Is that a bunch of people believe it? Number two, and this links in. This is how I know it's a whole conspiracy thing with the Halloween movies. Is Mitchel Mayers,
The Shape.
Powers 2,
Stuart Smiley.
when he travels back in time and when he jumps into the spiral thing, he gets flat before he goes through the spiral thing. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't remember that.
I don't. Yeah, I mean,
Is this how physicists talk about dimensional travel?
did this movie happen?
Yeah, you guys can't remember it because of the Mandela effect, I guess, which
Yeah.
is just more proof.
Yeah.
But
Bears and
anyway, that
Bears
happened.
effect.
That was in Austin Powers 2. There's the portal that leads him back in time. He jumps through, and then he turns flat and spins around, and then shoots out on the other side.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the thing is, when you get in time travel involved, then you can see the true shape. There's the shape again. So
Yeah.
Halloween.
The
Oh,
true
yeah.
shape.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so the world is flat. Got it. The world or
And
just
then-
Earth?
What's that?
The planet is flat or the whole world is flat?
What?
Planet. The
Okay,
planet.
just
Well,
the
that
planet,
brings me to
okay.
the final thing, which is the Halloween H2O. You know that movie? Mm-hmm. So it's called The Shape is the name of the guy, and it's Halloween H2O. It's because water doesn't curve.
I've heard that.
Yeah, and so that's like the shape, and then H2O is water.
But what about when you overfill a glass but it doesn't overflow? Isn't that curved water?
No, that's an optical illusion. It's distorted through the edges of the glass.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would like you guys to, I don't think you guys can dispute any of those.
I think you've given us a lot to think about.
Yeah.
I'm so scared right now.
I'm hearing a lot
So
of
just
dolphin
think about
farts.
that when you're going through all the movies. Just think about that. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, I gotta go, you guys.
Thanks, Stu. Thanks for the
Thanks,
Halloween
Stu.
themed call.
Okay. Bye.
That was
Thanks.
scary.
Bye.
That was a very informative,
Yeah.
well laid out
Yeah.
call.
Guys, do you guys hear this?
Yeah, we did that. That
That's
was
your
a
favorite
monster.
one.
Yeah,
No, that
okay.
wasn't monster. What was that? Oh, you didn't tell us.
Creepy laugh.
I hope
Oh.
that Stephen King caller calls in. When
Oh.
that calls KGO a lot. That'd be good.
Stephen King calls
guy,
KGO a
guy
lot?
who calls in and accuses everything that goes wrong. It's Stephen King's fault.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
You know what's funny? The theory is true. When Stuart called in, we all got much louder, and I turned down.
Yes,
everything.
I noticed that immediately. We were all yelling.
Yeah.
Part of that though is because he was kind of quiet
That's true.
for
Sorry.
Stuart.
Well, yeah, it's.
Well, that was
it a very
I
unique
controlled the volume.
experience.
Oh, we could get a machine that controls his volume.
That was fun. Thank you, Stu. I was more focused on my sound effects.
Was that
There were a lot of them.
Unfortunately.
Or was that the shape?
Oh, thank you.
Stuart Smiley
Oh,
smiles.
so
The
I'm-
clown
no,
giggles.
I didn't know they called him the shape.
They do. They well.
Who?
What?
Loomis?
Cite your sources.
Loomis wouldn't do
The
that.
credits in most,
really?
most if not all of the movies, and also I don't want to get ahead of things, but is it the most recent movie? I think they do in the movie,
Okay.
but I'm not sure.
All right. Well,
Oh,
now
I'm gonna have to watch them all again to check.
I feel like a fool.
Uh-oh.
I feel
But
like a
smoke a
fool.
pack of cigarettes first, and then go down that rabbit hole again.
Speaking of rabbit holes, I have a little bit of trivia first. Then we'll get into Halloween, and then I have a little more trivia, and then I have some trivia that involves me.
Is it Halloween themed trivia?
Yes. All right. So the first thing, forget everything you know about the Halloween movies for a second.
What movies?
Easily done.
Thanks, guys. So I'm gonna. This is TV show based. No TV shows have Halloween themed episodes, like how this show right now is having a Halloween themed
Right.
episode. I wonder if any TV shows their final episode is Halloween themed. Oh, creaky!
That was a creaky door.
Yeah. Well, this is what's going on now. I am going to start naming. So in TV shows, in the Halloween episode, characters dress up in costumes often. I'm going to start reading the uniforms, the costumes, or what people dressed up as, and I'm going to keep going it until, and then someone, when you think you know what show it is, you can guess it.
Okay, the
Yeah.
show, not the character.
Correct, the show. And here's the thing: if you guess once, you do not get penalized if you get it wrong, but you can't guess again until everyone else has guessed.
Ooh,
But you can jump in any time.
rules.
All right. Some of these are shows that you've all seen. Some are shows only some of you have seen. Here we go. Pink Bunny,
Nope.
Supergirl, Catwoman, Spudnik.
Friends.
There we go. Arrow
Oh.
got that one.
Good job.
Arrow, you got a point. Put your name down.
I make sure it's noted.
Get a Halloween point. I've never kept track of points, so the winner of this episode wins for the whole run of the series.
If you keep track of who wins.
Right.
All right, here we go. Ace Ventura, Pee Wee Herman.
Urkel.
Nope. Austin Powers.
Comedy Bang Bang?
Yep, you got that.
Okay.
Comedy Bang TV show.
Yeah.
Chris got that
He
one.
said it
Chris
was a
with
TV show.
Chris with a K. All right, next one. Raggedy Andy, Marilyn Monroe.
The Office.
Yes.
Do I have to guess now?
Just about to say it.
The Solar System, Dracula, Chewbacca.
Buffy?
Nope. Hitler. That's all you get.
I don't have it.
Parks and Rec.
No.
Darn.
Roseanne.
No. Think of a show where someone dressed up like Hitler, and it would not
It's Always
be
Sunny in
too weird.
Philadelphia.
Nope. Good question. The good guess though.
Good question.
Good question. You guys give up?
Yes.
Yes.
Nobody gets his point then. That means I get the point.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'll keep guessing.
South Park.
Oh.
A bunch of them change costumes. There's like a bunch of them wear the Chewbacca costume. People get mad, so they change.
Oh,
and-
right.
Yep, and Cartman dresses as Hitler, and then he gets like a makes him like a ghost costume. It's basically just a Klansman. That was, I think, first or second season of South Park. All right, here we go. Cat, Kitten, Dracula, a woman.
The Office.
Yep. The other ones were Dorothy, Sith Lord, Three Hole Punch Jim. So Mom got that. We all have 1 point.
That's weird, considering I didn't even know you were allowed to get points.
Yep, I am. We have 2 more, guys.
Ooh, breakers.
Really scary.
White Rabbit.
Buffy.
No. Cleopatra. Three Stooges. All 3 of them. A jack-o'-lantern. White Rabbit.
I'm not allowed to guess.
Cleopatra. Three Stooges.
You can have my
Jack-o'-lantern.
guess. You can have my
No, I
guess.
can't. I don't want you to get the point.
Buffy.
No. Mom, you want to guess? TV show.
Yeah. What was the third one?
Jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, I think it's Buffy. I'll go with that too.
Phil
Roseanne.
Phil gets the point.
You said we could each.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Do you guys want to keep guessing?
I wanted to say Roseanne, so I did.
That's not correct.
Okay, I don't want to guess anymore then.
We thought there'd be like 15 clues, and that's why we'd get to go through it.
This was 4 clues, and 3 of the characters are Three Stooges. All right. It makes sense Ariel doesn't get this one because she probably has not seen this episode of this show. It's Full House.
Don't remember that. I'm sorry.
All right.
I believe you. That sounds right.
Final one. I'm winning now. I have 2 points. All right. Here we go. Spider-Man. Phantom of the Opera.
Community?
Nope.
I think those are true.
Eric-
Comedy Bang Bang.
Nope. Aragorn. An angel. A peacock. Excuse me. Luigi.
Is it an animated series or
Nope. That's your guess.
Is it The Office again?
No. It's one I have not said. No.
Is it Roseanne?
No.
The Simpsons.
Buffy.
No, it's a name that's already been said today.
Oh
It's
boy.
Always Sunny.
Yeah.
In Philadelphia.
That, you get a half a point. Because I gave you clues and you guessed like 4 times in a row. But
I disagree with
But
your
I-
logic.
I still win because I got 2 points. You got 1.5 points. Sorry. But hey, this carries on to the next trivia, which we'll do in a little bit. Actually, no, let's do that now. And then because there's another trivia I did, then there's a trivia we're going to do together
Okay.
from an online trivia quiz about the Halloween movies. We'll do after we talk about Halloween movies.
You know, at the end of the show, we're all just going to be quickly just saying our top 4 movies that we like the best.
We got over an hour and a half left.
Yeah.
And I got music to play.
So
right.
we'd all better stay
Okay.
in our lanes.
All right, I'm going to say a quote.
Or else he's going to pull the show over.
Yep.
And turn it
I'll
around.
cancel the show. And okay, so this is I'm going to say a quote from a movie where in the movie at some point Halloween takes place in the movie at some point. None of these are from any of the Halloween movies. All right?
Okay.
So the movie where Halloween takes place in the movie. This is a quote from a movie. You guys guess who the movie is. You guys can guess. Remember, it's the same rules. Can't guess again until everyone else has guessed.
Okay.
But we guessed the movie.
Yes.
Okay, like the title of it.
Yes. I didn't have 4 fathers. I only had one father, and I didn't know him that well.
Mamma Mia.
No. That has Halloween in it?
No.
Okay.
But they wear costumes, which
And
is
there were
how
a lot
they
of
dress.
fathers.
That's how they dress.
Like I said, I didn't have 4 fathers. I only had one father, and I didn't know him that well. I can't do voices, so I'm not
I was
going to
going
do
to
voices.
say, try to do the voice.
Yeah, a higher octave for whatever,
yeah.
and then a lower octave.
Once everyone guesses, then I'll give you a clue. It's a visual clue. There, you're welcome, listeners. Just while they're thinking, just so you guys know, you're listening to Let's Make a List on KPCA LP, Pelham, California, 103.3 FM, and online at kpca.fm. It's Halloween time.
Somebody just came in.
Yeah, it's
So,
Halloween.
Who was
Knock,
that?
knock. Who's there? Pumpkin time.
oh, let's see. Hey, anything you want to say to the people? That sounded sinister. All right, you guys.
Now we know how that one's labeled.
No, that is Wicked Male Laugh 1.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so a synonym.
Okay, we don't know that one.
I didn't. All right, the clue. Doing a visual clue.
Ernest Scared Stupid.
There you go. Chris gets half a point. You half a point.
Did
'cause you
Ernest
gave me
say
a clue.
that?
I think so. It sounds like something he'd say. Because someone talked about forefathers, and he goes, "I don't have half."
Oh,
don't have a half a
see
point.
if I don't even.
I know. I was typing that you can. Yeah. All right. The famous linguist once said that of all the phrases in the English language, all the endless combinations of words in all of history, that cellar door is the most beautiful. The famous linguist once said that of all the phrases in the English language, of all the endless combinations of words in all of history, that cellar door is the most beautiful.
It sounds familiar, but
Mhm.
I
It's a
do
long
not
one.
have a good guess.
Think of movies.
The
I
cellar door
feel-
line.
John Vanderslice has an album called Cellar Door for that reason.
Oh, really?
I don't know what movie that's from.
And I also disagree with that statement.
I think all 3 of you see. I'm not sure if Mom's seen it.
I don't even.
It's a quote from a movie. Sorry,
No,
I
I
didn't
get
tell
that
you.
part.
There's
I get
movies
that part.
where Halloween takes place in the
I
movie.
think you might have mentioned that.
All right. So, do you guys want me to get the point?
Yes.
The clue is I didn't even think of a clue for this one. I'll give you a clue. There's a sequel that went straight to video. I think that is not loved like this one. This one is a big time cult classic.
Donnie Darko.
Yep, you get half point.
Okay.
I'm racking them up now, guys.
Yep.
I'm at 2 total.
Yep.
Well done.
Here we go. It's a movie all of you have seen. Give me a B. Give me an A. Give me a B. Give me an A. What's that spell? What? Do you guys want me? Give me a B. Give me an A. Give me a B. Give me a Y. What's that spell?
Okay.
Wasn't it
First
A the first
time
time?
around-
Yeah, I know that. Sorry. Give me a. It's B-A-B-Y.
So baby.
Oh, is it? Oh, is
That's
it?
the word.
Oh wait, no, that's not that. They
You
don't
could
have
just
a
spelled
Halloween
it.
in that one.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed that I screwed that up.
Well, it's something that a baby would say.
That's true. Give me a B, give me an A, give me a B, give me a Y. What's that spell? What's that
I
spell?
still think it's baby.
They say what's that spell twice. This character. That's this one I thought that Chris for sure
Buffy,
would get.
the Vampire
No.
Slayer, the movie.
No, I don't even know if that takes place in Halloween at all.
I don't either.
I don't think it would fit. I think it's more
Yeah,
of a
like
Christmas
prom.
movie. Oh, my alarm's going off. Radio show, guys.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know.
I'll give you a clue then. It's a scary movie. One of the scariest movies.
Oh, is it one of the Grindhouse movies?
No.
Oh, it's House of a Thousand Corpses.
There we go. Chris gets half point.
I got you there. That was
She's
down
saying
to
it to
me.
the cheerleaders.
I deserve a half a
The
point, so I have
cheerleaders-
2 full points.
Cheerleaders that are tied up.
Yeah.
I just put half point. I didn't put half point Chris. There we go. All right, here we go. 4 more.
Hey Phil, pop quiz. Why did she try to get him to spell that? To unspell that. To say the word.
Oh, did you go by name, baby?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here's the quote. Okay, I just hope we don't wake up on Mars or something surrounded by millions of little squashy guys. Okay, I just hope we don't wake up on Mars or something surrounded by millions of little squashy guys. It's a quote from a movie. Halloween happens in the movie. This is the Halloween themed episode of Let's Make a List on KPCA LP. This is the final episode of Let's Make a List. Don't worry, Phil Narrow's mixtape is continuing. We'll be back next Thursday. And elements of this show may occasionally show up on that show. But while we're here, let's see if our guests know the answer. Okay, I just hope we don't wake up on Mars or something surrounded by millions of little squashy guys.
This one at least sounds familiar to me.
Oh, I think the last 3 all sound familiar to you.
Once I
X-Files?
got him.
No.
Not a movie.
They have 2 X-Files movies.
I thought you said. I
The
thought
duck
you
just
said.
came in.
I thought you said Alf. Because he's an alien,
Yeah.
life form.
All right, do you guys want a clue?
Bill and Ted.
Nope. You guys want a clue?
Yes, please.
E.T.
E.T.
You all get half point.
I don't. I already guessed once, and so they get the point. 'Cause
Oh,
I
yeah.
wasn't allowed to guess till they did.
That's
Chris,
true.
you've got to accept the points that are given to you.
I don't.
I put one finger up just for the listeners. All right.
I thought
Just
it was
for the
us.
listeners.
I
Yeah.
can't even see it.
Here we go. Next quote. 3 more quotes. Don't kick the church. It's religious. Don't kick the church. It's religious.
I like that quote.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen this movie, Mom. I think you have. I'm not
I
positive.
still like that quote.
Okay. Anyone have a guess? Don't kick the church. It's religious.
Let's have a moment of silence for each of these questions.
I have no guesses.
No guesses? No guesses? Jeez Louise.
What's a clue?
Here's a clue. 80s movie.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
No, that's 90s, I think. I think it's like 94, 95.
Probably.
Yeah. Because I remember I was already at least 5 years old.
I guess 91 is my guess.
Right?
94, 95 is pretty late.
Okay.
I'm just...
So you guys don't
I don't
know
have
this?
any idea. An 80s. What 80s movies have you seen?
Halloween. Halloween happens...
Ghostbusters.
No. No.
2.
No. It's cold in New York. It's not cold in New York during Halloween. It's cold in New York during
Oh, it's
Christmas.
cold in that.
Home Alone.
No.
Okay, why did you have to think about that?
That's
one
a
so
Christmas
long?
movie, too.
I know, but
You
New
said-
York, and that's not an
says
80s
like
No, I know.
movie
You were talking
either.
about Ghostbusters, and you said Ghost... I was like,
Oh,
no,
that's what you
it was-
wasn't. You weren't
it was
doing it as a
cold.
clue.
Yeah, I was telling you why you were wrong.
Because it's cold in New York on Christmas.
Ariel, you're not cheating. You're looking at Buffy, right?
I'm not cheating at all. I'm responding to an email about a thing that I was actually supposed to attend this morning, and I totally...
Oh, sorry.
Well, we
I
don't
had
know.
a meeting
the-
and I forgot.
Oh, sorry. Well, do you guys want me to tell you the movie?
I do. The title of it.
I'll give you a clue.
Okay.
I have a T-shirt
Ghostbusters.
that is related to this movie.
Do you have a Ghostbusters t-shirt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Not wearing it, but yeah, I have a couple.
Okay.
All right. Do you guys want me to tell you?
Yes.
I have 3 Ghostbusters t-shirts. It is Monster Squad.
I already forgot the quote.
I thought that was a TV show.
Don't kick the church.
Oh yeah, no,
it's
I
religious.
I still don't recognize that quote. Yeah.
I think it's towards the end.
Okay.
All right.
That sounds like it's very doable.
I get that point. I feel like it's unfair because Ariel's not.
I think
Continue,
it's
please.
unfair that you get the clues and still get the full point.
It's 3-1. That's true, but I get full. Yeah,
You're right. He is outnumbered.
it's true. I have to give you 3 clues for me to get down to half point.
It's more like 1 to 1, 1 to 1, 1 to 1.
No, it's 3-1.
Okay.
Because you guys are competing against each other. All right, 2 more. Oh, great. That solves everything for me. I'll just go down to the school and straighten it all out with the teacher. No problem.
I'm going to go with Ferris Bueller.
No,
That's a good
That's not Halloween.
I like it anyway.
that's not Halloween
These
at
are
all.
not Halloween movies.
Yeah, they are. I told you these are movies where Halloween takes place. I said it's not in the Halloween franchise.
Yeah, Halloween takes
Halloween takes place in this movie.
Halloween takes place
Ferris
in a lot
Bueller
of
takes
movies.
place in like
Name one
Ferris
of them.
Bueller's like one day.
Instead of ones that don't.
Ferris Bueller's one day, and it's not
yeah.
Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but that's okay.
yeah.
You guessed. This movie is 80s though. Oh great, that solves everything for me. I'll just go down to the school and straighten it out with the teacher, no problem. These are tougher than I thought.
I know I've heard that. Well,
Nobody's got a full point on here except for me.
You're pretty good at this game.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Me neither. This one does sound familiar though.
Ariel, no idea.
No.
Karate Kid.
Where's Halloween in there?
They have the Halloween dance, and
Yeah,
he's
they
dressed
do.
as a shower.
Yeah.
Or dressed as a shower.
yeah.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah, this is because it's like
Yeah.
he's
It's true.
That's not scary.
he's getting picked on. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a movie.
All right, last one. This one, I think you guys. I think one of you will get this
Worth
one.
a point and a half.
No,
Hope it's Christmas. Hope it's a Christmas
that's unfair to
movie.
me.
I know Christmas movies pretty well. I hope
right.
It's a Christmas movie.
Here we go. I would die for her. I would kill for her. Either way, what bliss. I would die for her. I would kill for her. Either way, what bliss. Think about what kind of character would say that.
Dracula?
It's not true. I mean, that's not the answer.
Not true.
It's not Dracula related.
Dracula would never say something like that.
I would die for
Not
her.
true.
I would kill for her. Either way, what bliss.
Chucky.
No, I should have
Queen of
had
the Damned.
The Mummy.
No, I should have had multiple quotes, so that way instead of clues, I just quote more from the movie.
Well, maybe
Next time the show's over, maybe I'll get rebooted.
Retooled with a competent host this time.
Will it be Let's Make a List H2O?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, only 20 years.
Yeah.
There we go. Spoiler alert.
For
I
the
would-
show 20 years
I don't know
from
the
now.
answer. What's the
I
answer?
would die for her. I would kill for her. Either way, what bliss. Adam's Family.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, that's Gomez talking about Morticia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
All right, well-
what a silly.
Well, you guys
I
should
think
have
if
studied.
next time you could just give us the quote and the
Movie?
the movie, and
Yeah.
then we go like, yeah, I think so.
Okay.
We
kinda
kind of
remember that.
We did that today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just took a
Yeah.
long
I just
time.
I just
Yeah.
feel like there was a lot of downtime.
Yeah.
I've got 5 points.
You're
Ariel.
doing really well.
Yeah, the
It's
trivia's
almost
done.
like we're just handing them.
Ariel's got the last trivia at the end. We're gonna work together because it's about the movies.
So,
Because that's what Halloween's about, teamwork.
back up from the microphone.
Oh, really? Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And so, I win. All right.
Good
Yeah.
job.
Okay. Yeah. You deserve that.
Thanks. I wonder if anyone out there is a monster alien grunting while sleeping.
That sounds like more like a blender.
That sounds like it's in here actually.
This is monster alien grunt sleepy.
It's like a wheezy alien.
Yeah. Whoa.
It's a bear in a cave.
I think it's someone saying "yummy" slowed down real a lot. Real a lot.
I like that interpretation of the sound.
All right. Well, this is what's going to happen now, guys. We're going to take a little break. We're going to play a song so we can switch gears to Halloween mode. Then we have an hour and a half to talk about the movies related to Halloween. Guys, let's play the scariest song known to anyone.
You?
All
Yeah,
right.
probably.
Anyone. This is Supernatural from the Ghostbusters 2 soundtrack. Enjoy. That means it is time. Let's talk about the Halloween movies. Halloween movies are a series of movies. There are 11 of them. There are remakes. There are sequels, other things. We're back to Let's Make a List. I am Phil. You guys are in the room with me. Mom, Chris, Ariel.
Everybody just got a little taste of what Phil's doing. Whenever there's music playing in here, he's just talking about what the show's going to be, playing sound effects.
So, this is the final episode ever of Let's Make a List. So we're doing a Halloween theme, obviously. 2 hours. Anne-Marie will be back next week. So if you are trying to listen to Anne-Marie and you get this instead, I am sorry. This is very, very different. So Halloween movies. Some people might know the character from Halloween as The Shape. In the movies, he's known as Mitchel Mayers. And what we did is 3 out of the 4 of us watched all the Halloween movies from start to finish.
How many are there?
11.
Oh, boy.
And then we ranked them. So this is what I think we should do. I want to talk about the movies some. I was thinking go through them chronologically, like when they came out, and then I'm going to say I took some notes, quick summary of what happens. So spoilers galore. If you guys care about spoilers,
I think the movies are kind of spoilers all on their own.
Watching movies generally tells you what happens in the movies.
So if so
we can talk about them too.
Yeah, we're going to talk about spoilers, and we're talking about the newest one last because the newest one. So if you're worried about that being spoilered, then wait till we get to that. So I told Ariel what happens at the end, but we all know what happens at the end. But let's not talk about that until we get to that. So if you're worried about spoilers for the last movie, when we get close to that, you can just plug your ears. Don't turn off the radio. Plug your ears.
I watched these kind of for the first time each, all in order in the last 2 weeks. So it's weird because the first one it was like I had to put down everything, and then after that it gets kind of weak because my brain gets kind of mushed.
Oh, so you think they get worse?
I'm talking about watching them all in 2 weeks.
I think her interest wanes.
Yep. So first Halloween movie. This is the beginning of it all.
It's called Halloween.
Yes, the beginning of it all.
1978.
Yes, but here we go. That's when we came out. But I can do the summary, and then you guys can talk on my show.
That was the perfect way for a teacher to go, how about I teach?
First scene, 1963.
Oh, boy.
Michael's a kid in Haddonfield, Illinois. So Mitchel Mayers' name is going to come up a lot. Haddonfield, Illinois, a place that's going to be very active. It's almost like a character. It's the New York City of this.
It's the fifth girl in Sex and the City.
So Michael's a kid. He has a clown mask. Halloween night, he goes, kills his sister with a knife. Brutally murders her sister, Judith. Remember that. His sister, Judith. Excuse me.
Spoiler alert.
So that happened 1963, and then jump ahead to 1978. Mitchel Mayers has been put into I'm going slow with the first movie because this is the foundation of all that is holy. So he gets sent to a sanitarium, mental hospital, psychiatric ward. I'm not sure what technically is correct. So he gets sent there. It's for 15 years he's there. Dr. Loomis is his psychiatrist who's been studying him, and he knows how evil and inhumane Michael is. So 15 years later, Michael escapes from the place, goes to Haddonfield. Dr. Loomis goes, oh no. He goes to Haddonfield. This is bad. He knows how horrible he is. Go ahead. There's teenager Laurie Strode. Another name, Laurie Strode, you're going to see a lot. That's Jamie Lee Curtis's character.
Why'd you say go ahead?
Did I say go ahead?
Yeah. Go ahead. There's teenager Laurie Strode.
Oh, we go ahead.
Okay.
I just use words that don't work. So we're in Haddonfield. Teenager Laurie Strode, pretty regular teenager in a suburban neighborhood. She babysits. She goes to school.
She's a better actor than most of her friends.
Oh, yes.
Most of the cast.
Most of everyone in all of the Halloween universes. She's getting stalked by Michael. She lives in the house. She and her family that Michael
Phil's
in, right?
making eye contact with me. I can't let this go.
But she lives in the house, right? Yeah, her family lives in Mitchel Mayers' old house, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, because the second movie I haven't seen in a while because I've seen them both a lot, so I didn't watch them again recently. But Michael's going, he's stalking her. It's Halloween night. Michael starts killing her friends. There's like a cat and mouse with Michael and Laurie. Loomis. What
is it? I think it's
the
across the street house.
Okay, I think
she goes and lives with the neighbors, the Strodes.
Okay. Well, here there's.
I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm sorry. No,
it's fine. There are some because the sequels and stuff will sometimes ignore past movies or ignore certain movies and change things, and so there still is something I'm not totally clear about, which we will get to at the end because it changes a lot.
Well, we know it's not that house because she put something from her father under the doormat when they walked past at the beginning. When she's walking to school with her friend, the little kid.
The Michael Myers house is already like a
yes. Sorry. Yes, I apologize.
It's just run down.
Thank you for correcting me. That's good to remember. So there's a cat and mouse and stuff with all her friends get killed. The little kids get away because they're little kids and they're in movies. And then, but that might not stay the same throughout the whole world. We'll see. But anyway, Michael goes after Laurie to go upstairs. She's in the closet. Wire hangers. I hate wire hangers. And then Loomis shows up, shoots him. He falls off the balcony. And then they go, "Oh, you're okay?" And they look, and Michael's gone. End of the movie.
They go, "Oh, are you okay?"
Loomis and Laurie are like, "Geez, that was crazy, right?" And then they look, and Michael's gone. And,
like, "Oh no, he fell."
Yeah. So that's the first movie. It's slow paced, but it's good because it's actually scary. It's well paced. Yeah, it's slow, but I think it's good that it's slow. It has brutal stuff. It sets the table well. That is ranked number one for me. That I think is the best Halloween movie.
Sets the table well.
Yep.
Oh, we're supposed to already say where we're...
I'm ranking as we go. I think that's the way to go. I think so. That for me is number one.
I also put that one as number one.
I also put it as number one.
Ariel, did you include that one in your rankings?
I did not.
Okay, but I think you saw that and you thought it was pretty good. We watched it together.
Did,
yeah,
but I did not include it in my ranking.
That movie, it's not. It is definitely one of the movies that has inspired those kind of horror movies since. Definitely like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I feel like is kind of
it's inspired 10 more by the same name.
Exactly, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre I think was because that was before this. Mm-hmm. I think that one was kind of like modern horror. That was kind of the first the one that became mainstream and inspired that. And there's so many movies like this, and Halloween is one of those movies that was done in the 70s, and it's still, I think, it lives up, and they actually did it well, and it wasn't just like, oh, they had a good idea, but it takes place in the 70s, so the acting's dumb, and it's shot poorly. You know what I mean? But it's actually done well,
the acting's not dumb in all 70s movies.
She's saying... What?
The acting's not dumb in all.
Not all, but some, but especially like horror movies. If you look at a lot of 80s horror movies, even those and 90s ones, acting is really bad. But this,
they had to make it less pulpy. It had to get to a place where it could be taken more seriously, which is kind of maybe where some of the horror movies are now. But there were some stumbling blocks on the way.
Oh yes.
Do you remember whether Friday the 13th came out before this or after? I think it's after, but I can't remember.
I don't. Yeah, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, I feel like are throughout the 80s and 90s are the main horror franchise. Hellraiser's in there, but that's not as big. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Well, this is where that iconic music was started.
Yes, John Carpenter.
Yeah, and that's he wrote that. That was weird.
Yeah.
The music.
He scores most of his stuff.
And he scored the newest one too.
I like that Jamie Lee. That Jamie Lee Curtis was brave in here.
Yeah,
and she was scared, but otherwise it wouldn't be brave. So I thought I liked that, and I like that Donald Pleasance, the Dr. Loomis, wasn't brave. He was just scared.
Yeah, he was just scared, and he was like, "We have to."
But I like that, and he was just driven.
Yeah,
his character and acting change.
I thought we were
we'll see. Yeah, when we get there, we'll get to it. All right, so that was Halloween,
and I thought the little kid who played Tommy was great. I remembered that he made the movie work.
Mm-hmm. That's just a good movie. It's still scary. It scared me a lot when I first saw it. Especially the stuff they had daytime stuff that scared me, and that was rare. the stuff where she was like getting followed on her walk from school or seeing him out the window stuff at school.
And he was always so still. That was
Yeah.
part of the scariness.
Yep. And he looked just like William Shatner. So that was the first one. Halloween 2. This takes place immediately after the first movie. So Michael got away at the end of the movie. He goes through town, he kills a teenager, he gets a knife and stuff, and then Laurie is taken to the local hospital to recover, and Michael finds out where she is. I think he overhears it over like the police dispatch radio or something like that, so he goes to get her. Loomis's colleague Marion Chambers tells Loomis that Michael is Laurie's sister. This is the thing.
Brother.
Thank you. Yes. I had it wrong in my notes. Thank you very much. So Michael is Laurie's brother. But here's the thing. This, I don't know later, like in, we'll get to the next movie, but this, I think a lot of people don't think this is true. And I don't know if technically if that is true or not in
People
this
in
universe.
What do you mean?
In the universe.
In the universe, and in
Oh.
real life, people that like people talk to somebody goes, "Who she's not actually his sister," because it's not. In some movies, she definitely is. In this one, they say she is, but then you'll see later
no
in the
real
newest
reason to
one,
do that.
they address
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So
While watching it, I actually put in my notes, she's his sister. How? And then I never answered
like
it. So
yeah, she would be the
thought
youngest sister.
Maybe
younger
this
sister.
was like a fever dream, but I thought that there was like a baby in the first one.
There
Like when
may have
they're
been.
when they're doing the recap of what happened to that family, is that there was like a baby and
I know there's.
he just didn't get to the baby.
I think that's
somehow,
very, very possible. Yeah.
and that she was that baby.
Yeah, I think that is one of the timelines, I think. Definitely. So Loomis's colleague Marion Chambers tells Loomis that, and then so we all know that now too. Again, Michael gets to the hospital. There's cat and mouse stuff. I use that a lot. In and around the hospital, it's like almost get away. Oh no, we don't get away. Almost get away. Don't get away. And then Loomis is stabbed and injured, so he's out of the picture for a minute. Laurie then gets like Michael finds her in the room, and Michael's killed a bunch of people at the hospital. Laurie. I don't want to like talk about the deaths too in detail because we're on public radio. I feel like I should, but I can discretion something. I don't know. But anyway, but so Laurie shoots Michael, and this is when the first scene that makes the Halloween franchise make me go, okay, come on. She shoots him in the face, and he gets like, I can't see. It's like this is the moment they decide like maybe he shouldn't just be kind of like a strong, aggressive person, but it's kind of like he can survive anything. And then that is when it gets much less scary to me. Mm-hmm. But so
I thought that happened more in the next movie, but I get it.
What?
Oh yeah.
No, it continues to happen like
Yeah.
crazy.
But this is
the starting
they
point.
decided to do that.
The first time I saw that, I remember going like, "Come on," but that's fine. Whatever. Whatever. Then he goes, "I can't see anything." A fire starts.
Does he yell that?
He doesn't talk at all.
Because that would be amazing if
he
that's the
signs
only
it.
thing
He
you
signs it
ever
all.
hear him say in the
Yeah.
whole franchise. I can't see anymore.
That's his voice.
Yeah. So then a fire starts, and then Laurie gets out. Michael and Loomis are in the building, and then you see Michael burn and fall to the ground. That's the second one.
Well, here's the thing about that. It's said one of the things before he burned.
Yeah.
Before the Dr. Loomis started the fire that burned him, they were talking, and he was talking in the car with this nurse or whatever she was, and he was saying how in the past Druid priests would ritually burn people alive, and by observing them die, they could see elements of the future in the flames. All right, that's one of the things I actually wrote down because he said that.
Yeah.
I went back and rewound because Michael Myers burns to death in quotes in the flames, and I kept watching it to see if there was nothing. I mean, I was just wondering if you could see anything in that because he was burned alive anyway. And also, the Dr. Loomis got burned alive also in there, but not, you know what I mean?
Maybe what you could see in the flames was that Michael wasn't really dying.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
He
you
was
couldn't- they
affected
just-
on the outside.
It's like they had to
not
decide
in his
if there was going to be a next movie or not.
So he fell over. The end of the movie. For me, that's ranked. That's my fourth favorite Halloween movie.
By the way, I put a scaryometer on mine. And
Nice.
And
I like that.
And I gave that one a 1. And I gave the
As in
first,
not scary or real scary?
And then
Really? You don't think it was scary at all?
And then
The original?
The first one I gave an 8.
Wow. I thought it was not that much worse than the first. I thought it was worse, but not that
It's not
much.
about worse, it's about scary.
No, scary,
But-
I give it nothing.
Okay.
But the I think it's fifth on my list. Just how much I
Ooh,
like it.
close.
I like that like I think the acting quality drops considerably to this one. But Donald Pleasance is basically the same quality of acting, but he kind of feels like he's just going like, why is everybody acting like this is a movie? He's killing people right now.
Yeah.
Let's go do something.
Yeah, yes.
And everybody else can see the cameras.
Yeah.
The only
I get
problem
that.
with that is one time when they were all looking for Michael and they were screaming and he was just strolling down
Yeah,
the
and I'm-
street. And then people come running up to him and he goes, what is it? You know what I mean? Even though he's supposed to be looking for Michael. And then, the kids go, oh, you're killing everybody. And he goes, okay, you go hide over there. And he just keeps on strolling down the street. I think that's the one I forgot to put in here. I think I put that at about 8.
Oh, okay.
That's amazing.
Errol, have you seen that one?
I possibly have, but it's been a long time, so I don't really remember until the one Halloween movie that's on my list, and I will keep my opinions to myself until we get there.
All right. So that's Halloween 2.
I remember this one being when I saw it. It's like, oh, this is what I thought the Friday the 13th movies were gonna be. Just somebody going around killing people, and there's nothing really special about it, but it's fun.
All right.
Oh, another thing I wrote down in there that I thought was funny is, like, there's more deaths, so people started throwing rocks at the Myers house.
Yeah. Yeah. So you have to show that this is a good town. They don't support the
But it
killers.
was almost like hey, let's throw rocks at
Yeah.
it. Not like, oh, it's horrible, let's burn it down.
All right. We'll get to the third one. This is when things get a little bit different. So this was, I've read, I don't know how true this is, but I think it's true, that originally the Halloween movies, each movie was going to be a standalone. And it's going to be a different story, but all based on Halloween night.
Right.
So Halloween 3, but the Halloween first one did so well, they decided to do a direct sequel. Halloween 3, totally different. It's in our world, I guess you could say, because in the Halloween 3, there are times when people are watching Halloween on TV.
I still think it's a slightly different world, though.
Yes, that's true.
Oh, I do like how there is Carpenter is like they're watching the movies he liked as a kid on the TV.
Yes.
I thought that was a cool thing they did.
So I have a very short synopsis for this one, even though this one is, I think, by far the weirdest, most kind of the plot of this one. I feel like, because Ariel hasn't seen it, I feel like when I told Ariel plot, she went, "That was a movie."
I have a summary of this one that I'm actually really happy with. If you go ahead and do yours, but
Okay, mine's real short.
I have comments
That's
on
what
this
I'm
one
saying.
too.
All right,
mine's very short.
it takes place in Northern California.
Mine's already my summary's better than this.
But my summary is not really summary. Just kind of, it's literally 2 sentences. Guy is using parts of Stonehenge in children's Halloween masks to bring upon a new age of witchcraft by playing a TV commercial. Androids are involved.
This movie is about a bunch of Irish robots who are putting pieces of Stonehenge into rubber Halloween masks in order to turn children across America into snakes and potato bugs.
Yep.
And
Completely accurate.
My first comment is, why'd there have to be snakes?
Yeah. Okay.
Because then that's the only thing I watched all 11 movies. The only time I looked away is when these masks were turning people's faces into snakes.
So it had a doctor who saw what happened to there was someone died, this older man, and the doctor's going, "What's going on? This makes no sense." And then that the guy's daughter was like, "Yeah, let's figure this out." And they go, "Let's go on a road trip. I'm going to tell people I'm doing something else. We're going to go on this road trip. We stay in this weird town that this huge, I think that huge factory is located. It's like the biggest Halloween mask manufacturers in the world." And they go there together. And they end up falling in love. Not falling in love.
No,
but
they share a room
heavily.
so they don't give away their secret.
Well, yeah, but then they have adult moments together.
Yes, but the thing that's interesting about that is she's completely naked, and then after they do that, he goes, "How old are you?"
Yeah.
It's like that was cool.
Oh,
and
yeah.
she said something like, "Don't worry about
Yeah,
it."
I'm older than I look. Yeah. But that movie was. I've read things online where people say if it wasn't a Halloween movie, it would actually. I think people would liked it a lot more and respect it more. I think it's kind of fun, kind of really boring, kind of really bad, kind of a cool idea. It's just like a weird mix. I don't think it's very good, but I'm like, I've seen much worse movies.
I've seen worse movies.
Okay.
This one was competent enough to be irritating instead of just bad or boring.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
it was like they knew what they were doing and they still did this.
Yeah.
Is what it felt like, especially with the sexism and stuff. Where it's just
Yeah.
like that's just bad movie.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like not like you made a mistake.
It's-
But this is like a resurgence of like this one's like. People found it again and were like, "Oh no, this is actually a really good." No, it's
Yeah.
a terrible movie, and if it wasn't Halloween, I would never finish it.
I liked this movie. It brought me back to when I watched really junky movies as a preteen.
Uh-huh.
Because it did make it on the news. They saw somebody stole Stonehenge, and that weighs thousands of pounds.
Yeah, yeah.
And it shows up in this little farm town in Eureka, because it is.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
checked. They did
nice.
this in Eureka.
Yep.
And
I look at Google Maps,
liked
look at
that
the street
I liked
views.
that it was out of Mask. I liked that it was
Yeah, yeah.
about Mask. I thought that was
Yep,
cool.
there are 3 masks.
And
in
I
it.
actually wrote on here, it had a plot. And I was
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah, yeah.
excited
It's just
about
the-
that.
yeah.
By the way, Scaryometer, 1.
Yeah,
Kathleen, did you watch these all in order?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm so curious to find out later if you were still holding on to the excitement that this one had a plot. Did any
Well, I wrote, no, I just took notes,
right.
The end of this movie, the protagonist very easily kind of went into the place. They had like a room in the factory where they were having everything set up, and they were going to have this commercial go, and it was going to make it so it was going to set off all the masks. And they were just like all these androids and the main guy hanging out in there. And then like the protagonist basically just like went in and like pressed a bunch of buttons and
Yeah.
stuff and
Yeah.
like dropped. Oh yeah, there was like electrical. What did he drop on? He dropped like pieces of like the Stonehenge mask thing.
oh, that's right. They fell from the.
He like
had
dropped
a
from the
whole-
balcony, and then it made
Yeah.
all the androids
Yeah.
short
Yeah.
circuit or whatever.
Because when they hit the ground, they all passed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made no sense.
And then
So-
the main guy was kind of like, you got me. That's
Yeah.
what it felt like. And it was like, all right, you didn't have
And then
like
they-
better security or anything.
Yeah. And also they just kind of like cliffhanger-ish. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Oh yeah. So at the very end, it was like he got a bunch of the TV stations to just not show the commercial, but then not all of them,
Yeah.
and so it's about to play, and he's
Yeah.
freaking out, and it ends. So I ranked that 8th.
I'm 9th.
Okay.
I put it 3rd.
All right.
But I want
the
it
3rd.
not to be part of this franchise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it doesn't. It's kind of like
Yeah.
putting
called-
Willy Wonka with Sound of Music. It's like they don't.
Called
you know.
Season of the Witch, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Errol, do you have any thoughts?
Nope.
All right.
It sounds
this
absolutely bananas and crazy.
Yeah.
And
somehow
It was cheap and fun for me.
It feels like an old like
Yeah,
it
like
does. And I-
60s kind
and
of
I never really
horror movie
had that,
thing, yeah.
that much of a fondness for that
That's
kind of thing. So,
those
yeah,
are the
that
things
makes
where I
sense.
could watch scary movies and not be scared when I was
Yeah.
a kid, and I loved it.
By the way, just top of the hour, listen to KPCA LP, Petaluma, California, 103.3 FM, and online at kpca.fm.
Top of the hour to you.
Thank you.
Top of the hour to you.
You
Hey, Chris.
too. Irish robots.
What were you gonna say?
The jingle in this song
Oh,
in
yeah.
this movie is stuck in my head more than.
Well, that's
like,
another song,
It's not
right?
London Bridge doesn't
Yeah.
get stuck in my head like that. This
Oh,
one
okay.
does like through whenever I'd start a new one of these movies, it would just pop back in there and like I'm just taking a shower. 8 more days till Halloween. Oh God, it's
Jingle
horrible.
from the
They
commercial,
played
yeah.
that. They
Yeah.
played that song a lot in the movie too.
Yeah,
The masks were kind of cool.
yeah.
I don't think that they were worthy of being like the best-selling thing in the world.
Well,
but
they were
all right.
generic. They were pretty generic.
Yeah, they were.
They probably had drugs in them.
Yeah. that's
Oh, the
true.
commercials. They had tons of commercials.
That's
I
true.
liked
Yep.
it. Yep.
All right. So moving away from they went, okay, that didn't work. Let's go back to Michael Myers. Halloween 4. Michael Myers comes back.
The Return of Michael Myers.
Yeah, thank you.
1988.
So this is 1988. Yeah, Michael is being transferred. Finds out that Laurie, who is now dead, has a daughter, Jamie. Laurie died in a car accident. That's Jamie Lee Curtis's character, died in a car accident. But she has a daughter named Jamie. Michael escapes and goes back to Haddonfield. And then Jamie, who's back in Haddonfield, has had nightmares about Michael. She knows about there being what happened with her mom, but she doesn't know like what Michael looks like or really anything about him. But she has nightmares and she sees Michael. His sister, her sister now, because she got adopted, and then her sister is Rachel. All right. These movies have a lot of bad parents and bad babysitters. All right. Rachel's all right. Rachel's not one of the worst, but okay. So
She's not a good older sister daughter. But
She's not.
She's
But
a more
she-
decent person than
Yes.
some of them.
yes. He escapes. Michael does, and Loomis goes, "Oh, gotta go and tell them what's gonna happen." Goes, tells the sheriff. Sheriff's like, "I don't know." He's like, "Come on." And the sheriff's like, "Okay, we'll go look." And then stuff happens, and then like go back to the station. All of the police officers have been killed and stuff. Michael just is destroying everybody, just ruining their confidence.
Their confidence.
Yeah.
Stab. Confidence meter is run out.
So stuff happens where people are looking for Michael, and a lynch mob is formed.
Yeah.
And this lynch mob is a bunch of guys. It's a guy... Because, okay, the sheriff calls, or is telling business owners, close up early, everyone go home. And the guy who runs the bar is like, what's going on? I'm going to call the sheriff and see. Nobody picks up. He goes, all right, guys, you know what to do. And, everybody in the bar and him goes out, grabs their, shotguns, and gets in trucks, and they're like, we're going to go do this. So there's this mob that goes around, and then they find out about Michael Myers. And they go, we're going to get him. Yeah, concerned citizens. And they're all, like middle-aged trucker guys.
But they
like
weren't as
stereotypes.
bad as in some movies.
Like in Beauty and the Beast, those were concerned citizens.
Yeah, they weren't as bad, but
yes. Oh, yeah.
There's one scene where they're going around, so the movie's jumping around between, Rachel and Jamie and this mob and sheriff and Loomis. Lynch mob at one point go and they see, I can't remember exactly if they see the person. They see, basically in a park, a bush start moving, and they just shoot like crazy, and they kill it. And they kill the teenager, and they're like,
And it does seem like they're
killed
going
the blah blah kid.
You only get half points.
Yeah, and
we killed somebody, but it wasn't the right.
Yeah, and they're kind of like, oh well.
And they don't go we should do something about this. They're just like, that's the end of that one.
And the sheriff, I feel like everyone's like, geez, they did it again. Like that kind of thing is what it felt like. So yeah, I have my notes.
And
Kill a
they knew who the
teenager,
kid
whatever.
was, too.
Yeah. All right, so stuff happens. Sheriff and Loomis and a deputy, and then Rachel and Jamie, and then Rachel's friends, a bunch of them, because Rachel's friend is the sheriff's daughter, then her boyfriend, kind of, who Rachel had a thing for, but then he ended up, because she couldn't hang out, she had to babysit Jamie, he went and hung out with her friend. They're all...
they were teenage stuff.
Yeah, teenage stuff. Yeah, so they all go back to the sheriff's house to stay safe. He's like, this is a good safe place. We can barricade ourselves in here. Of course, Michael gets in, kills people one by one, and people walk in their room and go, oh, I found a dead body. Oh, I found a dead body. And then stuff happens, run around. Rachel falls. They go on the roof. Rachel falls off. And then Jamie's able to run away and escape. Okay? Jamie finds Loomis as she's running. They go hide in a school. I go, all right. They go to school. Michael shows up, obviously. And then Rachel shows up and hits him, I think, with a fire extinguisher. And Lynch Mom shows up, and they take Jamie and Rachel away. Do they burn down the school or not? I don't think so. But there's a lot of buildings get burned in this franchise. But so the Lynch Mob goes, and they show up, and they're taking Jamie and Rachel away, and they're in a truck, and they're going, we're going to take you till we get to the... Oh, yeah, there's the National Guard or other police officers from out of town are coming in. So they're we're going to take you out of here. And then, of course, Michael Myers was on the truck. He grabbed on. He went up and he killed a bunch of people in the back of the truck without the driver or the people in the cab noticing at all. And then, of course, everyone dies except for Rachel and Jamie. And then Rachel is able to get control of the car, and it's I can't remember, slams on the brakes or hits something. So Michael goes flying. On the brakes, Michael goes flying over, then hits him or something, and he flies into a ditch. And then they go, and this is Rachel. They drown down there. They're in the ditch. Michael's laying there, and Rachel goes to Jamie, wait in the car. I'm going to go up and get help. Wait here. We aren't sure he's dead. This is a guy who obviously is invincible.
All the windows are crashed.
Yeah, wait in the car. And then Jamie, because she has some... Oh, yeah, she has some connection.
She can sense when Michael's killing somebody.
Yeah, did I not say that? I forgot to say that. Sorry.
I have it in my notes.
It happens more in the next one. In the next one, she senses more. But she gets out to hold his hand, because he's dying, and they're related and stuff, and then
related.
Yeah, and then Michael starts to move, and then the police and Rachel show up and go, Jamie, duck, and she ducks, and they shoot Michael, and then he falls into a mine shaft, and then they go and they throw dynamite down there, and all right,
yeah, we did it,
and Jamie, then they take Jamie home, and they're like, okay, phew. Then Jamie gets up and kills her mom, stabs her mom with scissors.
With the clown mask on.
With the clown mask on. And Loomis is like, oh, no. Loomis has a tough life.
Yeah.
And he is not happy with how anything ever goes. All right, so that was Halloween 4.
So did Loomis do anything other than go, he's not a man? And then, like, the whole thing. Like,
Yeah.
the whole thing,
He
he
warned-
doesn't even care that people are dying anymore.
Yeah.
He just is like, why is no one listening to me?
Yeah. As you guys predicted, it is going slower than I planned. Sorry. I give that a 7.
I call
No,
this,
that's the 7th. That's my 7th favorite.
I call this Terminator Halloween edition.
Yeah.
That's what I call that one.
Yeah, that is very accurate.
Wouldn't it be crazy if they kind of did go in that direction and they had a Michael that like turned into like liquid so that he could turn into like anything,
Oh, yeah.
but the
Kinda
mask
does.
was always there in some way?
Oh, it's
like a security guard with a mask as a pin. Like,
I thought they did a good job
does not
in
get
this
that far.
one of like like they had Michael throw somebody into the big transformer and that made all electricity go out.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that way the electricity was out in town.
Yeah.
And then they had a curfew so the streets were empty. So if someone's
Yeah. There
was
running
a
down the
reason.
street going like, "Oh no, somebody help me."
Yeah.
It made sense that there was no one out there to
Yeah.
help them.
It
So
was-
I thought
yeah.
that was good.
It wasn't horrible, but it just had a lot of those dumb cliche things where it's just like, he's got to be dead now, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I thought it was the 7th best.
2
I'm
and
at 6.
by the way, they started putting religious stuff into these too. They started this one and 2. They talked about religion in them a bit.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't recall.
Yeah, they started.
Yep.
What's this one we just watched?
Halloween 4.
I know what's it called. Oh yeah, I
Return.
put that as 4th.
4th favorite, okay.
I have in my notes, I remember a lot of things just not making sense. So,
Oh. That's
counterpoint.
That's weird. Yeah, that is interesting, isn't it?
What do you have it ranked as, Chris?
6th, I think.
6th?
Yeah.
All right. Chris and I are pretty close so far in rankings.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to Halloween 5. This takes place right after 4.
We were
Whoa.
raised on on different movies, so it kind of makes sense that mine would be different.
Yeah.
than yours.
So we got Michael, Halloween 5. Is this the curse? No.
This is the
next one's
revenge.
curse. Yeah, revenge, sorry. So this takes place right after 4. Michael's fine. He went down the mine shaft. He went and fell into a river, and the
I
river
think
healed
he's not
him.
fine. He's tired.
He's tired, and a reading online, a hermit finds him, and
Yeah. It's
and
very
basically takes care of
specific
him.
type of hermit, but
Yeah,
yes.
guy that lives not far from where this happened, and the police
Yeah.
did not go looking for him. Really,
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh,
Well,
we
they
threw
put
dynamite
dynamite,
down there.
dynamite.
We couldn't find him." And so Michael rested for a while, and a year
just
passes.
took a couple naps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a year or so passes. I think Michael wakes up and kills the hermit that saved him because Michael is mean.
He's like, this is the day.
Yep. So Jamie, as we saw before, she might have evil.
Sorry,
in her.
I want to interrupt and say,
That's fine.
Jamie, that's good kid acting.
Oh yes, no,
Yeah.
she's good. She's
Specific
definitely
thing.
good.
Yeah, I just want to point that out.
She was, by the way, in Roseanne. She was the
Oh, yeah.
girl that
Oh, man, yeah,
what's the boyfriend who moved in with them?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the girl that lived, the neighbor girl that she got
Okay.
that not Becky, the other one got
Gotcha.
jealous of.
Okay.
She she was a good actor in that. And anyway, so
And you will see she's in a later Halloween movie
Yes.
too. So Michael's fine. Year passes. He gets up, kills the guy. Jamie's in a mental hospital and now mute because she's stuck in stuff. Are you really bored, Ariel?
No.
I'm sorry. All right, go make sure.
The lights are affecting my eyes a little bit, so
Okay.
I'm closing my eyes.
If you want.
You
Okay.
want them different?
No?
Okay. So yeah, Jamie is like she's killed, and now she didn't kill. She just stabbed her mom. Her mom survived. I'm pretty sure. But she now won't speak. But her telepathic link with Michael is very present.
Yes.
She
I'm
has
sorry.
seizures and stuff.
So in 4, they deviated from. This is not Jamie Lee Curtis? This
No,
is
it's still
different?
at that world. Jamie Lee Curtis' character died in a car accident. And Jamie's her daughter.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So she now, when Michael's about to kill someone, she starts freaking out, having like a seizure, going like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!" And she can kind of see what's about to happen. Michael kills Rachel from the one before, so her sister, Michael kills,
Yeah.
and Jamie goes, "Darn!" And then Tina, which is Rachel's friend, is around. She is not a good friend of Jamie's. Jamie is, I can't remember exactly. I think after stuff happens, Jamie ends up talking again, and Loomis shows up. And Loomis in this movie is horrible with kids. He grabs him, shakes him, and he yells, and she's freaking out. And he's like, "What's wrong with you? Just
Well, that's
tell me." And
that's
it's
just how
like,
you handled kids before 1992.
Yeah.
That's just what
Loomis,
the general rule was.
yeah, he just like this kid's obviously been through a lot, and the kid's like 8 or whatever, or 9,
Yeah.
and he's just like, "Why won't you do this?" And like,
I feel like
Yeah.
I said he's kind of like he's kind of like Michael's Igor in this one.
Yeah.
He's
funny,
like a
'cause I called
prophet
him-
of Michael, and he wants to spread the awareness of it, but he doesn't, and no one will listen to him still. And then
Yeah.
it kind of does seem like he kind of has like, now he feels like he has actual like understanding of what's going to happen. Which when you were talking
Yeah.
about the visions,
So
of
he's
the
like
burning guy.
he's like a mad monk running around.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Trying to spread the good news.
Yeah.
So, so at one point, Jamie's talking again, and Tina's like, "Yeah, you're talking," and then Jamie's like, "Stay with me for the night. Take care of me. I think it's Halloween." And Tina's like, "This is after like a year of this kid who obviously been through horrible stuff and didn't talk for a year. Now she's talking again." And Tina's like, "Okay, I'll hang out with you later." And Jamie's crying, going like,
Yeah.
"Just stay with me tonight." And Tina's like, "You'll be fine. I've got to go to this party."
Yeah.
So Tina goes to the party. It's at a barn, and then people go out of the barn, and they're going to doing teenage stuff. People get killed. Tina and her friends get killed at the party.
A lot of teenagers in these movies
Yeah.
that do partying and then they get killed.
Yeah, Jamie and Billy, another person at the hospital ward, whatever she's saying, after Tina leaves, they escape because they want to go. She knows that something bad's gonna happen to Tina. They go, "We're gonna go make sure she's okay." So they show up. I just have in my notes, Loomis has a plan. I'm not sure why, but she does. She wants to. He wants to bait Michael. Mm-hmm. So like after they get away, there's fighting,
right.
and then Loomis meets up with the kids, and Loomis like, "Are you gonna help me now, Jamie?" Basically going like, "Geez, your stubbornness has led to all this." It's like, Jesus Christ. And then so they go back to Michael's old house, and with Jamie to bait him there. Jamie has a vision at something's going on in the hospital, and then the police hear that something's going on in the hospital. So most of the police leave.
Yeah.
All except for like one or two officers and
I put
Loomis
the
and
word
Jamie.
bumblers in my
Yeah.
notes.
And so they leave, and then of course Michael shows up at the house, kills the officers, and Loomis tries to plead with him. Michael just no, and like shoves him down somewhere, and he goes, "Ow." And then so he's out of the picture again. More cat and mouse stuff. Loomis shows up again and grabs Jamie and is like pretending to like "I've got her, Michael, follow me," and using her as bait again. Then Michael shows up, gets close enough, shoots him with a tranquilizer gun. Loomis has a stroke apparently. I don't remember. I don't remember that happening, but reading about it after he did. Michael's arrested and locked up, and throughout the movie you would see these guys, like a mysterious man in black. You see like silver tip boots, and like get off a bus, and you didn't really see anything about him.
Explanation.
And then at the end, when at the police station, because Jamie's going to get a ride home from police officer, but they're at the police station, and he's like, something's going on there, and he's like, "Jamie, wait in the car here by yourself. I'm going to go in here, make sure everything's okay." Mysterious man in black shows up. People get killed. There's an explosion. Jamie goes in there. Michael's gone, and the man's not there anymore. So that is Halloween 5. I think it's the 9th best.
I called that one tense, and I gave it a 4. On the
4th best?
No. I gave
4
it
in the scary scale.
The scarometer.
All right, Chris.
That's my 8th.
Nice.
Which one that?
Thank you.
The Curse of?
Revenge.
That was Revenge. So I give 9.
I don't have any of them called Curse. I mean Revenge.
That was the 5.
So I'm guessing I gave it a 7.
Okay.
But I do have
The 7th?
Yeah, because I can't find it on here. So I think I wrote it down as the Curse of.
Okay. Well, Chris and I think we've been within 1 or 2 each time so far.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
We're very good at this.
All right.
The cool guy, who's the boyfriend of the he's first of all, he's just like a collection of like name 5 cool things, and then he's just gonna put him in that guy, and then his name is Michael. Why did you do that? There's no reason to. How can this movie have more than one writer?
So many of the characters I just didn't care about. I don't remember that at all.
And because they keep going like, "Oh, Michael, blah blah blah," and it's like, so you have like 5 people in this movie. Also, Michael, the bad guy, not the cool guy, goes and wrecks Michael, the cool guy's car. Like, where's your motivation in this movie at all? And he also like really poorly seduces his girlfriend afterwards in the car.
That's right, with the mask on.
Why are you doing this?
Yeah,
I have no idea why you're doing any of the things you're doing, Michael.
Yep, I forgot about that.
By the way, there is so much murdering in these movies. Holy cow!
Yep, and the thing
is, it's a movie based on it's about a serial killer.
And the thing is, this is sound weird, but they aren't interesting. They're all so regular, and it's not like I want to see realistic murders, but it's like, you know what I mean? People watch these because it's creative. Like Nightmare on Elm Street, they have like creative things where it's dreams
That's
and
why
stuff.
I don't see it.
Yeah, but they're not scary. But okay,
this one, he lifts people up and then he stabs them and they stick in the wall.
Yeah.
And he does that over and over.
yeah, and he does one thing that's creepy where he kind of looks and tilts his head a little bit, and it's like that's kind of creepy. Where he's
like a
kinda,
dog.
Yeah,
I didn't like that. I didn't like that. Like sometimes that like, oh, he's curious. I don't.
Okay.
Well, my thing is that he had supersonic hearing and he had a mask over his ears. I didn't like that either.
So okay, we're only like halfway through. I've got to.
Okay,
going fast.
Your summaries are rambling. I have one more thing I have to say about this. At the end, Jamie's like, "Oh, you're my uncle." That's why he's trying to kill her. Yeah. Why does that? The motivation in this movie doesn't make sense. My voice is getting so high.
All right,
Pinocchio's in the studio.
Halloween 6. All right. This one has Paul Rudd. 1995 now. Jamie's older. She gives birth in a creepy place.
I want to point out this is like the total cliffhanger ending with plot threads of Man in Black and a weird cult, completely dropped like 6 years later. This movie comes out.
Yep.
Different production company and everything.
Yep. So, but it's a continuation of the story though.
Yeah.
Jamie starts with her creepy place with cult members. She gives birth. She escapes with her baby. Is chased by Michael. Jamie shows up with her baby at a train station, and on the radio there is a shock jock kind of show where the guy is kind of like, people call in about weird stuff and he kind of makes fun of them and stuff, and they're talking about Michael Myers, I think, and then she calls in and says he's chasing me, and he's like, yeah, whatever. And so she does is she leaves the baby in like a locker at the train station,
in the bathroom.
Yeah, in the bathroom.
Cabinet,
like, okay, there we go. Like, just born baby.
But the good news is it's quiet.
Oh yeah,
for a while.
Yeah, so she just leaves the baby there, and then she runs away, and then Michael finds her and kills her. And you also find out during the show, of course, Tommy, who was in the first movie, one of the people that Laurie babysat, played by Paul Rudd, is obsessed with Michael Myers. And he still lives close to there, and he lives in a boarding house, and he's kind of a weird guy. He's listening to this show, so he hears the call in. He goes, wait a minute. Also,
he's an expert on this guy.
Yeah. Also, Dr. Loomis is listening too. He's retired now. He's listening, and his old colleague of his.
Is he?
He said he was very much retired.
Yeah.
Actually, when they showed the back of Loomis's head, and the guy said, "Oh, Loomis, isn't he dead?" or whatever on the radio, and I out loud said, "Not dead, but very much retired." And then they said that in the movie.
Yeah. Yep.
Word for word, I called that one.
So Loomis is, when he's there, while he's listening to the show, an old colleague of his, Dr. Wynn, who's the chief administrator at the sanitarium, shows up, is trying to convince Loomis to return to work, to study stuff. And they overhear Jamie on the radio. Yep. Tommy Doyle goes to the train station. I can't remember why he goes there. Oh, because he could call. Yeah. And
he noticed the train sounds, and so he
goes there, finds the baby, and goes, I'm going to keep this baby and name it Steven. So he does that, and then he goes and
after his middle name.
Yes.
Paul Stephen Rudd.
Okay.
That's how he was billed for this movie.
Yeah.
This came out the same year as Clueless, by the way.
This was before it, though.
Yeah, but I mean, that's where Paul Rudd was.
Yep.
And Loomis is going, I don't know what's going on. This is not good. And then, so their people now goes to people living in Michael Myers' old house. Or is it the old house, or is it, or just relatives of his? I can't remember exactly.
I can't remember whether it was the
they didn't make that
house
clear
or that.
it
was the Strode's house. The Strode's house. Sorry. So people live in the Strode's house. This family. This is a woman who's basically the main character, Cara, and her son Danny, who's like 6. They live with her horrible parents, especially a horrible dad, who's just your stereotypical.
Oh yeah.
Everything about him is horrible.
Your introduction to him is he chops down with an axe the sold sign, leaving the stump there. Like, that's how anything makes any sense.
And also teenage brothers there. It doesn't matter. So Tommy keeps the baby, finds Loomis at like a hospital, and goes, I got the baby. And Loomis like, what? And Tommy's like, I gotta go. And then Michael shows up at his old house and at the Strode starts killing people. Tommy goes and finds Kara and Danny and says, "Stay with me. You're safer here." They go there. They watch Michael show up at the other house and kill people.
He's watching the other house. So.
Yeah, and Tommy, Paul Rudd's character goes, "I'm going to go get Loomis. You guys stay here. You're safe." They're not safe. And like the kid just leaves and like it's like, "Oh, I'm going to go walk next door where the murder is." And Kara's like, "Ah." But and so Tommy shows up again, then the Man in Black shows up, and Michael and all these other cult members, and Dr. Wynn is the Man in Black. Oh my god. What a twist. This guy that was like in 2 scenes.
Yeah.
And they're this weird cult, and there's details, and they go like, "We need Michael and we need this kid for sacrificing," and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then
I'm truly enjoying.
yeah. So
your
they
phrasing.
they basically drug Paul Rudd and Loomis. They take the kids and Kara to their sanitarium or whatever, which is a creepy place, and then Loomis and Tommy show up to save them. People die. Good guys escape. Michael gets away again. And it probably ends again. I think it ends again with Loomis going like, "Ah!"
No, Loomis dies
Lewis's
off
last
screen.
one, yeah.
He dies off
actually-
screen.
Yeah,
He's
it ends with him
real
going
life.
like, "Whoa," dying
he dies?
in the background, like after, like he goes, "I have one more thing to take care of," and goes back in there. And then,
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he died in real life.
Yeah, he died in real
So
life.
that's
Okay.
what that's
But that's actually, I'm not positive that's why. I think that might have been the ending.
yeah.
Anyway.
I think so. In the later
No, but
movies,
still,
I thought Loomis died later. I thought.
Some of the later movies.
Oh yeah, sure. All right, so that one movie was that. That was Halloween 6. That I gave 11. I thought that was the worst one.
I didn't think that was the worst one. I kind of wasn't bored during it. It wasn't
Okay.
long enough to be boring. I give that a number 7 out,
So,
okay.
of all
so I have
of
my
them.
list different. What
Halloween
was
Curse.
6, Curse of
Curse.
Michael Myers.
I gave that a 7. I put that in
That's
the
7?
7th. Yeah.
Good job, Mom.
I have some
I thought that was
comments.
the
I have
worst.
some comments with that one though.
I thought the way it was shot was bad. I thought the acting was horrible. I thought the story was dumb.
Yeah.
I thought nothing was interesting. I thought
Paul
it
Rudd was in it.
Yeah, and
That
he
gives
and
it a
he was
plus
not
for
good.
me.
he was not that good in it.
I know, but he's
his
still-
character was dumb.
yeah.
I thought that movie was just the worst Halloween movie easily.
I'm talking about entertainment's sake. That's what I. Anyway, I am in. By the way, the previous movie I called Michael. I called him Frankenstein.
yeah.
Frankenstein's monster, and I wrote in this one, we meet Dr. Frankenstein. That's who the silver.
Oh yeah,
Anyway,
Dr. Wynn. Yeah,
and I put in here Michael wants the baby, which I just thought was dumb.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I said they used every horror gag there is
Yeah.
in
Yep.
this movie. Everything. So I'm like, oh, hurry up! We've still got 7 more gags to go through.
yeah.
In the hospital, when Michael was there, one of the orderlies went, "Come back," and he came back with a machete that was in the hospital.
Yeah,
no,
there's-
it
in
was
the
on a
hallway
tray.
on a
It
cart.
was on the it's on the cart.
It's not
yeah.
even- it was like a
Yeah.
sword.
Yeah, that's right. It was just, but it was a machete.
I don't-
It's
I
like,
think it was bigger
Why
than a
was that
machete,
on
yeah.
the operating tool thing? It's like
in the
hospital.
hallway.
Yeah, yep. I mean, it was just sitting there like, oh, thank God. And then the other thing I noticed that Michael, because he just has on the overalls, between scenes he would be 15 or 5 pounds heavier or lighter.
They did recast him during this
Yeah.
because they went, he's too heavy. We have to
It
cast
was
him
pretty
back.
Okay,
funny
I know
how
that.
that
Yeah.
changed throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I coined a phrase watching this one.
Oh, what's that?
Ooh.
Horribly bored.
Nice.
Because I was scared and bored at the same
Okay.
time. You know,
I was
when you're,
never scared
Yeah.
for a
Yeah, no,
second.
but it's the
yeah.
horribly,
Yeah,
you know?
I thought this was by far the least
Anyway.
scariest too.
I was happy with that.
Nice, I
said
like that. Yeah.
Michael went to the bathroom, gave the guy a towel before he killed him. The guy's like, "Oh, thanks." For
Oh
the
yeah,
towel.
yeah.
No
Yeah.
idea why he did that, other than
Because it's
we're
a
filming.
hilarious gag.
And Michael almost feels like a side character in this one.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, He's the henchman of the
Yeah,
cult.
exactly, yeah.
So, yeah.
So that one, yeah, I didn't like it. That's one that has the most notes. All right, we're moving on. It's kind of like a reboot, not a reboot, but okay. We're going to Halloween H2O. This is one Ariel's seen. This one is a sequel to Halloween 2. They ignore everything else between Halloween 2 and this movie. All right.
Yeah.
Laurie didn't die. Faked her death.
By the way, H2O, I don't like that. I mean, it's
Oh, yeah.
it's H20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
No,
what I
it's
mean?
it's a
It's
dumb
20
name.
years
Water.
later, you know?
Dumb
yeah.
name.
Yeah.
Laurie didn't die. She now teaches a boarding school in Northern California. Her kid goes to school there, played by Josh Hartnett. She lives in fear. Makes sense. Well, the first scene in the movie, we see that Michael is still out and about, and he kills one of Loomis's colleagues and steals the files on on his case and Laurie Strode and stuff like that. Michael shows up at the school, cat and mouse stuff. LL Cool J's there. He's the security guard. He's pretty good in this.
Yeah.
Laurie wants this to end, obviously. There's all this stuff and high school stuff too, but ends with some people dying and then Laurie going to her son and girlfriend, get out of here. I got to deal with this. So she stays. Ends up, like, Michael chases him around, stabs him, he falls. She's about to stab him some more. And then LL Cool J, who we thought was dead, is not, grabs her and goes, it's enough, she's dead. He's dead. And the police show up, and they're the coroners, and they're all doing the stuff, clean up. And she leaves, and she gets a gun. She goes, everyone back away. She steals the van, the coroner's van, with Michael Myers in it, in the body bag, drives off, waits for him to kind of wake up and get out of the bag, hits a tree, I think. So Michael goes flying through. Oh no, like hits something.
On the brakes.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, and then like falls down. The van falls down, and then she gets out. She's hurt. Michael is pinned between the van and a tree, and he like puts his hand out like.
No,
like
he's just.
He puts his hand out.
No,
he like looks.
ground,
She like looks in his eyes and kind of like. I don't know, but then this is, I think, the best ending of any of the Halloween movies.
Yep.
So many movies would be like, I'm going to leave him to die or whatever.
Yeah.
She decapitates him with an axe.
Yeah.
And it is brutal and just quick and just like, oh, geez,
Yeah.
I did not expect that.
Right.
So that's the end of that movie.
I like this one as the best of the Halloween movies.
This is my number 3. I really, really, actually, genuinely enjoyed it.
I liked it too. I had it as number 5. I liked it. I thought it was good.
I had it as number 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't watch a lot of horror movies growing up. Like, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Scream, those ones. Halloween H2O. Excuse me, Halloween H20.
Yeah.
No, it's called.
It's H20.
I
It is a 0. It's not an O.
I watched
So that's
that
not-
one because I knew some of the actors because the young teenagers were in movies that I'd
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Michelle Williams, Josh Hartnett.
Yeah.
Joseph
The guy from-
Gordon-Levitt was in it.
Yes,
Yeah.
the guy from Jumanji, the kid from Jumanji.
Yeah.
Is
So
that
there
he
the
was
name?
he was also the one from Little Man Tate.
There were a lot of
Yeah.
familiar faces, and I did know Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
But like, I liked this movie because of like the ending that you say there, but also because Jamie Lee Curtis is just like, she's hidden, but she knows that he's coming, and she's like, great, I know the ins and out of this place. I am going to end this, and she is not about to stand for it. She's like, I'm going to protect my kid. I'm going to protect these kids, all of them, and I'm going to handle this. And she does. And I am on board for that.
Yep. No, I agree. And they do a good job of showing that she's scared, but she's prepared, and she, like
She's
you were
brave.
saying,
And she
they
has
do-
the added motivation of being a mother and being like, I'm not going to just like give in to being scared because I know that he'll keep going.
and they show how the relationship between her and her son, how the Michael Myers thing affects that, and it's like realistic, and he's like bothered by it and stuff, but it makes sense. It's just like I felt like that dynamic was more realistic than most of the stuff in all the
For me,
movies.
it's the first one since the first one that the characters are generally likable. I mean, and not even like I like them, but it's possible to like them.
Nope, I agree. And there's the guy that she's like having a relationship with, another
Adam
teacher.
Arkin?
Yeah. And I was waiting like the whole movie for them to make him just like horribly unlikable, but they don't. He's not like he's not like great. He's just like a guy.
Yeah.
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 If anybody other than the 4 of us is listening to this, and can figure out how the dumbwaiter physics work,
Oh yeah.
he cut the rope under the dumbwaiter. I actually like paused it, rewound it, watched it again, and then like drew out some pictures. I cannot figure out how cutting the rope attached to the bottom of the dumbwaiter can make it fall. Cannot do it.
Oh, because there was a nope.
Anyway, so
Wait,
think
wait,
everybody-
no, because it goes like it's up and around. You cut it. This has weight, so it falls.
Like the weight that's
So like,
counterpart over
so like
here.
in the chute,
How-
the cable would go over.
So you mean it's okay?
So
comparison? Is that what
I
you're
think if you think of it like it's like
Nobody can
boom.
see you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Imagine-
Well,
Should we talk about this after the show?
yeah,
that-
probably.
But like right now, because there's a lot of hand gestures, I'm just going to clear that up for the audience, for whomever is listening. Dumbwaiter, there's like a box that's like in a chute, like a little tiny elevator, and Phil is gesturing that the cable that Chris is referring to that's underneath it would go over the dumbwaiter inside of the chute where you couldn't necessarily see it, but where they're balanced would carry the weight. So I just wanted.
That's how I thought of it. Yeah, they didn't present it that way, but that's just how I thought of it.
Cool.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. Yeah, so that movie was pretty good.
Cleanest disposal ever in the world.
Oh, no kidding.
And
yeah.
And I just like this is the movie I noticed. I don't think I'll ever get sick of this theme. The Halloween theme is just great.
Yeah, I thought it was funny that when after she killed him the first time, they put him in a body bag with his mask on. And I liked that the closing credits the song was by Creed, and I liked that there were no naked teenagers in this movie.
There really aren't in very many.
They're like little bits.
Yeah,
This one I went like,
bits.
This is the worst Bush song I've ever heard. Why? Oh, thank God, it's Creed.
Yeah.
I gave it a 6 and said, but I'm jaded now, so I don't know if that means it was scarier than that. I don't.
But that was your third favorite?
Yeah, second.
Cool. Second favorite, nice.
I don't remember.
So yeah, my fifth favorite. It was pretty good.
Same director as Friday the 13th, Part 2 and 3.
Okay.
Which I thought were wildly different quality. Okay, never mind.
Oh, that's fine. Halloween.
Sometimes you have good days and sometimes you have bad days as a director.
Next, we have Halloween Resurrection, the sequel to Halloween H2O. Oh boy. All right, Halloween. Okay, Resurrection. Michael wasn't the one that was killed.
Where are we in the list of all the movies?
This is
8.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yes. Yep. All right. So this is all right. Michael wasn't killed. It turns out Michael, when the paramedic was getting him, Michael killed the paramedic and switched their clothes and strangled him, so the guy couldn't talk. So in the van, the guy that came out of the body bag was the paramedic. So that's who she killed.
Why doesn't anybody ever take off the mask?
Yeah. So Jamie, not Jamie. Sorry, Jamie Lee Curtis. So Laurie is now in. Because she killed an innocent man, she is now in a sanitarium.
I want to answer Ariel's question.
Go for it.
Not answer it. Comment on it. At the beginning of this one, for one of the first scenes is we see the beheaded Michael head, and a cop goes, huh? And goes over and just like reaches his hand into the bottom of the mask, like grabs guts and just pulls it out, and it's like, nothing about that makes any sense.
Why would you get scissors? Oh my God,
why is a regular cop just going over there wandering through and sticking their hands literally into evidence?
And not only evidence, but the base of a decapitated head.
Well, the beginning of this movie totally undoes the ending of the previous movie.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, that I guess is kind of a creative way of doing that.
And
make it work.
Rewatching the other parts, it actually does work. Like, I think they actually had this in mind as, like, plot-wise, maybe not, but I think they did have this in mind when they filmed the other scenes, is what it feels like. Okay,
so Michael shows up at the place where Laurie is. Laurie has a plan to kill him, almost kills him, but then she has a moment of, like, she has to take off the mask to make sure it's him, and then when she's trying to do that, he grabs her and kills her. All right.
Not before she kisses him.
Oh, yeah, she does kiss him, yeah.
Wait, so Jamie Lee Curtis?
No, but it's almost like a
goodbye.
Death. Almost.
Oh, yeah, she says "see you" in HELL.
It's kind of like it's kind of a symbolic.
But I'm saying, does she die?
Yeah, she does right before she dies. She gets stabbed and then drops her.
How does she?
It's in this movie.
Keep going.
Movie.
I don't understand.
So
this is yet another ending.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
she gets killed at the beginning of the movie.
Yes.
I'm like 10 minutes in or something. A year later, these college students, played by people you recognize, there's this internet show. See, now the internet's big, so they use the internet and like texting and stuff a lot in this movie. So there's an online show,
like a reality show
thing where Busta Rhymes and Tyra Banks, not playing themselves, are in charge of this thing where they recruit these college students. They're going to put cameras on them and send them into the Michael Myers old house for the night and then stream it online. Okay? So that happens. Michael Myers' old house. Michael Myers shows up, kills a bunch of the people. There's like some like, wait, what's real, what's not? Because you find out that Busta Rhymes and Tyra Banks they kind of booby trap the place to make it seem scarier than it actually is. Like they put like fake skeletons and things like that, and Busta Rhymes puts on the mask, pretends to be Michael, and then like when someone hurts him, he goes, "Dude, what's the deal?" and stuff. And you also know that because the movie, there's so much dumb stuff in this movie. Busta Rhymes is like a martial arts movies fan, and he uses martial arts and stupid stuff. But so they run the show. Michael shows up, kills a bunch of people, and then cat and mouse stuff. The main woman and Busta Rhymes you think he gets killed because he gets stabbed in the shoulder, and then you think it's at the end she's gonna die. Busta Rhymes shows up and does like martial arts and like electrocutes him and burns down the house. And the Busta Rhymes and the main woman get out, and they're talking to the press, and he's like, "How dare you guys? Do you know what we've been through?" Blah blah blah. And then Michael's brought to the morgue, and then as the coroner's about to do something, Michael's eyes open, he wakes up.
I love hearing the rundowns of these movies with having no reference, because that's bananas.
This movie's bad. I think it's 10.
This is absolutely the easiest for me to put at the bottom of the list.
For me, it's 10. 11 is Paul Rudd one. This one's 10. They're both really bad. Yeah, and then, like, there's a thing where, like, one of the characters, one of the college students, he's doing culinary work, so he's just, everything he says has to do with cooking. And he's, like, obsessed with...
Culinary, not culinary.
Yeah, culinary. Yeah.
Every character in this is allowed at least, at most, one trait and nothing else.
Yep.
And so, like, there's a line that like, he talks about the kitchen in the house, and then somebody asks him, "Do you think about anything other than food?" And he says, "Wouldn't you like to know?" What is
What does that even mean?
How is that a sexual innuendo?
Yep.
Innuendo. The Mom just got it. Same director as Halloween 2.
Yes, which I thought was really weird. Yep.
I thought it was funny when Busta Rhymes' character, just before he was going to use his karate on Michael, he says, "Trick or treat, mother, father," but he says it, and it was just like, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, another thing is, someone's going after Michael with a chainsaw and does no damage.
Yes.
How can you have a chainsaw and not
she was
hurt
kind
somebody?
of like buttering him.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was using the flat. She was doing it all wrong.
This movie's not good.
Everything Busta Rhymes thinks comes out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Like just the entire thoughts.
Yeah.
He just has monologues in this movie for no reason.
But his acting's bad.
Really bad. Yeah.
He does seem to actually... I think he seemed actually annoyed when they tried to kill him because they thought he was Michael. He's like, jeez. He actually seemed bothered.
He's like, "Be quiet. There are people in the next room. I'm going to yell about this for literally 90 seconds."
Yep. Oh, it's... It's bad. Mom, do you think it's the worst?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I have reasons for that.
What ranking is it for you?
I can't remember, but Starbuck was in it from Galactica, so I like that. And
also, Rookie of the Year, the kid was in it too.
Oh.
Main kid Rookie of the Year.
I didn't notice that.
It's one of the kids.
By the way, the wardrobe was by American Eagle Outfitter in this movie. I thought that was because, like, you can tell when people are going like, "Oh, I'm on board to this slasher movie." It's okay. Can we put our clothes on now?
One last thing about this movie. Twice in this movie, Michael lucked into a loop of rope and was hung.
Yes.
Yep. That's very true. I forgot about that. And one time it was a trap set. The other time he was like kicked into a loop of rope.
Yeah.
So
I put that as number 6. Sorry.
Oh wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
There's reasons.
So, all right, the remakes.
I could barely
the
stand
plots
that movie.
for the remakes. Not the Rob Zombie then remade the movies. The first one, pretty similar plot to the original. There's more backstory. It shows more stuff when Michael's a kid, and they try to explain kind of why he becomes the way he is. And at the end of the movie, there's very similar things. At the end of the movie, Laurie shoots Michael at the end, though, after he falls off the balcony, instead of just get out here. She, like, bang, movie's over, I think. I liked this movie a lot when it came out. I watched it again. I still like it. I think there are a lot of Halloween purists who think it's really bad. I still think it's totally good. I like the way it's shot and acted and everything. I think it's the second best.
I put this at the lowest on the scary meter for me, just because it's just like the entire movie is so boring to me.
Oh, really? Okay.
It really seems like what I like about Rob Zombie is that I like his taste and his lack of inhibition, I guess, and he just like puts a bunch of interesting things together, or things that are weird enough to just And this one, it was like, well, I gotta have these kills, and I gotta have it be like this story and this character and stuff, and I don't want to ruin it, is what it felt like.
Oh, okay.
And then it was just like, your heart's not in it, is what it felt like.
So what do you have ranked?
Also, not a single character in this movie was likable in any way. That's probably they all had the exact same character trait, which is terrible person.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna say number 10.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Clint Howard was in it. I went like, yay, Clint Howard. And Mickey Dolenz is in it from the Monkees. That's cool.
I love Rob Zombie's casting in all of his movies.
Yeah.
That's the. I also like that it starts in the 70s, and then 17 years later, it's still in the 70s.
Is it?
No, I mean, like, probably not if you looked at a calendar, but
Right.
all culture is still exactly
okay.
the 70s.
Okay, it's this movie I put last because I thought it was obscene. Literally, I thought it was obscene. The rape near the beginning is so obscene and so violent, and the people are laughing so hard that it turned me off so bad that, I mean, that was bad terminology. It made me so disgusted that I never could have any kind of, and then there were just naked, bloody teenage girls constantly.
Yeah.
I mean, completely naked, bleeding, bloody, screaming, being dragged, and the actors were being dragged naked across floors and stuff. And I thought it was an obscene movie, and that's why I had to put it at the bottom.
I guess I'm a bad person.
No, you know what I mean. That's just
I get that. I totally get that.
It affected me so violently like that.
All right, Rob Zombie's second Halloween. Michael didn't die. He escaped. 2 years later, Loomis writes about the ordeal, becomes kind of famous. He has a book, then he's doing tours, talking about stuff. Laurie is not happy about this. Laurie finds out in the book that her brother is Mitchel Mayers, and she goes, "What?" And she didn't want to find out that way. Friends go, "Let's go to a Halloween party." She goes, "Okay." People die. Michael kidnaps Laurie and brings her to a shed. Michael, throughout the movie, is having kind of flashbacks and thinking he's seeing his mom. Michael kills Loomis there in the shed. Michael's shot a bunch by police. And then...
it's not Loomis.
And stabbed...
Is he the same name? I thought it was a different doctor.
And then Michael's shot and then stabbed by Laurie. Then she leaves the shed wearing Michael's mask. And then it ends with her in a psychiatric ward. And this movie has maybe my favorite scene of all the Halloween movies because it so doesn't fit, but I like it. Chris Hardwick's character has a talk show, and Malcolm McDowell as Loomis, and Weird Al as himself are the guests on there, and they're making fun of him, and he's like, he doesn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah,
and it's funny and weird and not expected. And it changes how I view the movie completely.
It's kind of like if they make fun of Trump on a talk show. If he was on there as a guest, he acted like the same way. It's like, how dare you? I'm a serious person here.
Yeah. I think this is my sixth favorite.
I keep forgetting to look at that.
So right in the middle, pretty much.
4.
All right.
This just felt like a Rob Zombie movie to me, where it's like, just put a bunch of stuff in there. I don't care about the plot and all the stuff. It's just there's some weird imagery and great actors doing weird things. And there's a part where a guy is dying in a car crash, and he just like sits there and says the F word for like probably 45 seconds. Like just no progression of anything, just it's him.
Well, I think that's because we
swearing.
wanted him to get killed, and so we wanted to see him suffer.
Sure.
Danielle Harris was in it again, which was nice, but she played the sheriff's daughter. The sheriff's daughter.
Yeah,
right. I thought it was Lois Lane was in it. Octavia Spencer was in it, a small part. But what else was interesting to me is like when somebody was jumping out of the hospital, like finally got escaped. And jumped out a window, landed in a dumpster full of dead bodies at the hospital. I'm going like,
that's the kind of thing. That's the kind of thing I like about Rob Zombie is like
dead bodies.
Is like because it's weird and creepy. And
but it wasn't even. She didn't. The person who was in it didn't even go like, ugh. It was just like that's what cushioned her fall.
Yep. When I saw this in theaters, I didn't like it. I was like, that was very disappointing. And then because that one felt more obscene to me, and just like it was just like showing people get killed, and it wasn't scary or anything for me. But then watching again, I was like, there's fun parts. I like it. So then we have 10 minutes now. Nice. To get to the remake, the sequel. I'm curious what you guys think.
The one
you called this one the remake?
Sorry, everything I'm saying is wrong. Okay, the newest one. It's a sequel to the original Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it felt like it. It felt like a remake of the second movie to a point.
40 years later. It was 40 years later, yeah. I don't think it's a remake. I don't feel like it's a remake of the second one at all, actually. But
there's some scenes that were exactly
the same. It has homages and references to things.
To all of them.
Yeah. Michael escaped while being transferred 40 years later. Laurie, Jamie Lee Curtis's character, has been living a life paranoid, but also preparing, and she had 2 divorces.
She died in a car crash. They did that to protect her.
Yes.
Again.
Yeah. And so she is living
for the first time.
She's living kind of secluded in this house that's basically she's built and made as a place to be safe, and she has weapons everywhere, and she went through 2 divorces. She has a daughter, and not a good relationship with the daughter, because the daughter later like grew up and realized like I needed to go through I'm still trying to get through this fear and stuff you put in me, trying to live a normal life.
Judy Greer, funnel.
Yeah,
It was pretty funny.
Yeah, she was good. So Michael escapes. He goes, he kills people.
Spoiler
and there's the
alerts.
people doing podcasts about him. Yes, this spoiler is big time now for the rest of eternity. They're podcasters is kind of how the movie starts. Podcasters are podcast about the murders. Podcasters get killed by Michael Myers. Sheriff who's there was there at 40 years ago, and he starts to realize like, uh-oh, we gotta take care of this. This is bad news. And also Dr. Loomis's student, basically, who's now Michael Myers' doctor, is involved, and he's basically the new Loomis, and he wants to help find Michael and all that stuff, but he doesn't want Michael to die because he wants them to study him more. It's Dr. Sartain, I think is how you say it. They go around, people get killed, teenager stuff happens. The sheriff and Sartain and the main woman, teenager, granddaughter, thank you, granddaughter of Jamie Lee Curtis' character is there. Driving around, they find Michael, they hit him with a car. The sheriff goes out, he's like, I gotta kill him, and he knows how evil this guy is. Dr. Sartain comes out and says, no, wait. And then he goes, oh, he's dead. And Sartain has a little knife, and he kills the sheriff. So he then takes Michael and brings him in the car and is explaining to the granddaughter, like, he puts on the mask too. He's just obsessed with Michael Myers, and I thought that was a turn that I did not expect. That was cool.
Really?
Yeah, I did not expect it. It wasn't shocking, but I was like, oh, I didn't expect that.
I was like, I was just hoping they got to it before the end of the movie.
Okay, so I thought it was creepy when he put on the mask, and he was like, he's like, now I know how it feels after killing people, and he wants to reunite Michael with Laurie Strode because he wants to see if that brings an end to his madness, basically. But then as he's driving them to her, Michael wakes up and kills the doctor.
Oh, bummer.
And then the granddaughter was able to escape.
You said that sentence like the verb wasn't obvious.
Yeah. Granddaughter escapes.
By pushing the police safety wall in through. And so he goes, crushed.
Doctor escapes. There comes the showdown at Laurie's house with a bunch of stuff. And they end up trapping... Spoiler alert, big time. End of the movie. They trap Michael Myers down in basically a basement cage. That was kind of one of their plans, their safety things. And then they start the house on fire. She had set up where to start the house on fire. Starts the house on fire. Burns the house and leaves. Okay? So it's finally it's over. And then at the end of the credits, you hear breathing. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't sure.
Me, sorry.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was just part of the song. The song was about being close to me or something like that. Mm-hmm. But also, I think it could have been oh, is it over? All right, this I think is the third best. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I did not like the ending. I thought it was dumb that she basically knew that he was invincible almost. And you have to do not invincible, but have to make sure he's dead. Just burn the house, then leave before you see him die. I thought that was dumb.
Yeah, it was.
I thought that was very dumb.
Cheap way to leave a open sequel possibility.
Yeah. Besides that, I thought it was acted well. I liked the way it was shot. It had some really funny parts. Actually, a couple scenes that are supposed to be funny were actually really funny. Yeah. There's one where one of the friends is babysitting a kid, and it's the kind of them teasing each other, and it's just really good. And there's another scene where two of the cops are hanging out, and it kind of feels like a reference to that kind of dumb cop banter in some of the other Halloween movies where they talked about sandwiches and what they brought. And it actually was really funny. I thought Michael Myers, some of the killings were very brutal, and they were somewhat oh geez, they just showed that.
Yeah.
And they the way that they had him act and things especially towards the end when he's trying to figure out where they are in the basement, it is kind of like an animal, this vicious animal trying to figure out the world around him. And I think they made him more clever in ways than they have in other times. And they also, for big part of the movie too, you see him without his mask, but they don't clearly show his face. There's glimpses, but I thought this was the one besides the first one where he was the most scary. I thought, and I enjoyed that.
This is my second favorite. I like it almost as much as the first one.
Number 5. I saw something funny in here. You know how you can get hit by cars and keep walking?
Yeah.
In part of the movie, he's going after Jamie Lee Curtis. She bites his hand, and he pulls away, and she can get away because she bit his finger.
Oh yeah, but she also shot his fingers off too.
Yeah, that was a biting
that
after
hurt,
the
yeah.
after
it was
the
already
it was a
hurt.
biting and injury and all that stuff.
Yeah, sorry that we don't really talk about this one much at all. We only have a couple minutes left.
I'm sorry, Phil.
I'm sorry the summaries took too long.
We just didn't know that would happen.
I apologize. Yeah, sorry. So we're not going to be able to do trivia, but we can do that on our own.
Yeah,
without the listeners.
Suckers.
I thought that was fun watching all those movies over the last few weeks. I enjoyed it, and I feel like a stronger person because of it.
Well, I feel like a dish rag. After the last one, because I couldn't take notes during the movie because I was at a movie theater, I put at the scareometer, I put doesn't matter, I'm over it. So anyway, I'm so glad you're done.
Okay, but you thought the movie was alright?
Yeah,
I liked it.
The thing is, I think if I'd watched them a year apart, I would have enjoyed each one of them more, because I was just like, okay, who's they gonna kill? Who's they gonna kill? Oh, there you go, like that. I was just.
The last one, the only thing I was disappointed was the ending.
Yeah.
That's the only thing, and it doesn't ruin the movie, but it was like.
Yeah.
But it made Jamie Lee Curtis's character kind of cool. You could see how she spent all her
time.
Yeah. You know, she did spend 20 years doing that.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you guys for being on the show. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ariel, for waiting through all that stuff that you did
That's
not
no
know
trouble
about.
for me. That's the way that I can hear scary movies.
Right,
and then if I feel like watching it later, I can go, well, come on. I know that there's going to be weird snake masks, so it's fine. Potato bugs.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to the show throughout the year and a half, whatever it's been.
Thank you for doing it.
Thank you guys for being a part of it so much and helping. Ariel and I still be back on Phil and Ariel's mixtape on Thursdays 5 to 7. I'm sure you guys will be on. You haven't been on that show yet, Mom. You should. But Chris, I'm sure you'll be on sometime. You don't get to decide. Stick around for Full Circle session. I believe that's going on today. I should look at my menu here.
This show was a great idea, and I'm really glad you did it.
Thank you. I enjoyed it too.
That. Hope you can come back and do it again when you're done with whatever these responsibilities are you have.
Yeah, we'll see. Thank you. I want to do it in some form, some way. If you follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Phil and Ariel. If this comes back, you will know. But it was fun to do. I'm happy I did it. Thanks, guys. Try not to get too scared out there, but Halloween. Thank you for being so spooky too, everyone. All right, stick around for Full Circle session. Ariel and I will be back next week, 5 to 7, and take care, everyone. Enjoy Halloween. Remember what I always say. My sound effects are closed. Okay, bye.